What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another Trucking with Trucker D. I'm Trucker D, and we're back at it again. So this week I'm coming to you from Iowa 80, and we are waking up to, well, check it out. This. It is snowing, it is cold, and it is windy as all can be. From what the Weather Channel app is saying, we're going to have wind gusts up to 50 mile an hour today. So that ought to be fun, heading up US 20 to going to South Dakota. But yeah, that's where we're heading. Grabbed another Uncle Ray's load this week, heading out to South Dakota, and then we have a reload right out of here on South Dakota, going back to Chicago, which ought to be a fun little run because we got to figure out how to get 800 miles in one day, which shouldn't be too hard, but we're just going to have to do the speed limit. We're not going to be able to conserve fuel all that much, which kind of sucks because it's a low paying rate load, but it matches up with the big picture. And then Friday, we got a load coming out of Chicago to get us back home that will deliver Monday morning at 1 a.m. in Brighton. So yeah, that's our week this week. We just got to fight this weather getting out to South Dakota, and once we get a little bit further west, the snow should dissipate. The wind, however, I'm not expecting that to be, I don't expect that to be an all-day thing. But let's go ahead and recap last week. Last week I came to y'all at Uncle Ray's. We got loaded there and we were heading down to West Virginia. Everything went smooth all the way down to West Virginia. It was just the day after we got unloaded. Well, I mean, y'all saw it. We talked about it. We lost the drone, which looks like Holy Stone is actually going to replace the drone, which is kind of cool. I wasn't expecting that, but I kind of told them, hey, I've had this issue with this drone before where it's lost connectivity and kind of just going crazy on its own. I'm not purchasing another one from you guys. I don't care what kind of discount you give me. I was like, either, you know, let me get a replacement, or I think I'm going to have to go to a different brand of drone and try a different brand out, see how they work. And the day later, I got an email saying that, can you at least please send us what you have left of the other drone? So I did. So we'll see how this works out. But yeah, we lost the drone in West Virginia. And then the next day we got loaded up kind of quick there in Portsmouth. Got out of there an hour after our appointment time. And we started going down this little remote road there in Ohio. And the truck started acting funny. It started running like it did that one time we had that bad injector over there and going down to West Virginia. So I pulled off the side of the road, checked for codes. There was no codes on the truck, except for the normal ambient air temperature code that's been there since I bought the truck. But yeah, there was no codes, and I went to get on my phone to try to, you know, do a little Google research, and I had no service, none whatsoever. So I fired up the Wi-Fi hotspot, and I got a little bit of service on that, so I was able to do a little bit of scrolling around, but at most I was just trying to figure out where I could get parts at, or where I could get service done. But after searching and checking for boost leaks and, you know, doing everything I could visually with the tools I had, you know, I pulled apart the air intake, checked the turbo out, everything looked fine. I came to the conclusion that maybe it was just a bad fuel filter. You know, my fuel filter does got some miles on it right now. We're getting close to our next preventative maintenance. So I called about 8 different places, and finding a fuel filter for this truck, which was kind of hard, which was kind of a surprise considering it's a Series 60, you know. But this is a odd fuel filter. I've had trouble finding it in the past. That's why I bought a case of them off eBay. So I called around and I found one in Napa there in Indiana, which was on my route. And strangely enough, after I got off the remote road and started running down 275 there around Cincinnati, the truck cleared up. and it's been running perfect ever since. You know, I still stopped to try to get that fuel filter. Lo and behold, I got to the Napa, and even though they cross-referenced the part number I gave them, it's still, the filter didn't look right, and then the price of the filter, they wanted $161. I said, no, thank you. You know, I buy a case of these things for $195 off of eBay. So, after that happened, everything kind of went smooth the rest of the trip, and then I ran over to, on my way back home into Michigan, I was going down, I was coming out of Chicago, and I started hearing something crazy, like a weird noise as I was just gliding down the road. So I pulled over, and I had a few loose lug nuts on my, on one of my drive tires. So I guess I should have probably went and got them retorqued after so many miles, but I've never done it before, so I didn't think of doing it this time. You know, I've never had an issue in the past. But you live, you learn. You know, luckily they were able to tighten them up, torque them down, and they're still where they were at when I stopped at that Love's there in Marshall. You know, TA, I called them, and they're like, oh, we got 4 trucks ahead of you, and I'm like, I just need lug nuts torqued. And they couldn't, you know, they couldn't make the time to come out. The guys at the Love's there in Marshall, they, in and out, 20 minutes, $26, bam, retorque. Everything's going good so far. We got extra fuel filter. We got our Milwaukee gun with us in case we got any more loose lug nuts this week. And then, yeah, we're gonna head out here to South Dakota, drop this load of chips off. Hopefully Spartan Nash will get us in and out so we can get over to our shipper quicker than our appointment time, get loaded, and start trekking back towards Chicago. Hopefully we can get there in our window appointment time and everything goes planned. So wish us luck today. Follow us on this journey of a windy Wednesday, and hopefully we don't blow over. All right, y'all. See you out there. Later. So what's happening, y'all? We pulled in here to this Casey's. We finally made it here in South Dakota. We got about another hour or so to go, roughly hour 10 minutes. So we get up here to this Flying J that we plan on staying at tonight. We're either going to go up there or we're going to go park in front of the receiver and stay there for the night. Haven't quite decided yet. It's just, it's been one hell of a day, and I really can't wait for this day to be over. So I apologize for such a short little update clip, but it's just, I'm annoyed with how the wind has been today. It's been one of the worst days I've ever done trucking. They killed my fuel mileage. You know, 6.6 miles a gallon on that fill up. And yeah, it's just, that's not my regular. You know, it literally, well, you know what? We'll talk more about that. Let's get up here to Sioux Falls and get parked for the night before they run out of parking up there. And yeah, we'll get back at y'all in a little bit. Let's get on down the road. Later. What's happening, y'all? So we have finally made it over here to the Flying J in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We deliver at 9 a.m. tomorrow. We tried to call the receiver to see if we could get in a little bit earlier tonight or something, but nobody answered and nobody called us back. Now, it's about 8 o'clock right now. We've been here for about 3 hours or so. When I stopped, I was hungry, I was agitated, and I just wanted to chill. So I didn't close out right away. I've been laying in the back, watching TV, and just relaxing for the time being. Which I'm glad I was, because I'm a little bit calmer now than I was. Today, though, definitely one of the worst days trucking that I've ever had. Still coughing like crazy, too. But between that cough and between that crazy wind, 30 to 50 mile per hour wind, it took a toll on me. Driving in that, trying to hold this thing on the road, being blown into the next lane. You know, Iowa being mostly fields. It was a hectic day. And I just was glad to get here. There were times where I wanted to just stop and pull over and just be done for the day. You know, I can't recall the last time I've actually driven through any wind of that nature. But tomorrow it's supposed to be a nicer day, and of course until we get closer to Chicago, and then it's going to be windy again, but I don't know. I can't wait till this part of the year moves on from the transfer from winter to spring. I mean, it's technically supposed to be spring right now, I believe. I think we've technically had the first day of spring. This ain't no spring weather like I've ever seen, but it is the Midwest. Anything's possible. But we got a long haul tomorrow. We got to cover 800 miles in one day. My goal is to at least get within 2 hours of the receiver by 10 o'clock tomorrow night. So wish us luck, y'all. We'll tell you how things go next week. And with that, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. Hustle hard and stay humble. And we'll see y'all next time. Later, y'all.